fungi and bacteria. Okay. And then you see the Thallus organization, various type of the Thallus organization. Thallus, fungal Thallus, all the Thallus are not same, not alike. Not all are single cellular, not all are simple filamentous type, not all the mycelium is unique. There is a differentiation, different structures is there in the, different structures are there in the mycelium, hyphae. Different structures are there. Okay. What are those different structures? You see here, you read out. Hyphal modifications, Thallus modification in fungi. All the question from this. That is Prosenkyma. Prosenkyma. Read out. Sultana. Prosenkyma, Pseudoparenchyma, Rhizoma, Sclerosia, Appressoria, Hastoria, Stroma, snares. These are the types. You see, I already told you, the hyphae, interconnecting hyphae is called as mycelium. Interconnecting hyphae is called as mycelium. If the mycelium arranged loosely, if the mycelium is loosely arranged, in the mycelium hyphae are loosely arranged without touching each other with the gaps in the linear mode, that we call it as prosenkyma. That we call it as prosenkyma. The mycelium are loosely arranged. Okay. If the mycelium is tightly coiled, all the mycelial cells are tightly coiled without any differentiation distinguishing, this we call it as pseudoparenchyma. 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 If the mycelium is look like a root-like structure. If it is a root, you know the plant root. If it is a root-like structure, that called as rhizoma. Rhizome means root. Rhizome means root. Morphologically, structurally, it looks like a root. It is inside, it looks like a root. That's why we call it as rhizoma. And sclerosium, tightly coiled woven shaped structures. Tightly coiled woven shaped structures is called as sclerosiums. You know, I already told you Claviceps purpurea fungi, it causing ergot disease in the ray plant, ergot of ray. That Claviceps purpurea, which form the sclerosium, tightly coiled oven shaped structure of the thallus hyphae is called as sclerosiums. And then Appressorium. Upon the host, there is a suppressive tissues which suppress the host. If it is upon the host tissue, you see, this is the host tissue. Okay. Upon the host tissue, the mycelium hyphae upon the host. Okay. That is Appressorium. It's suppressed. It is upon the host. Appressorium. Okay. And then next is Hastoria. Yesterday studied. Astorias especially is present in
nutrition.
What happened? Especially it is present in pathogenic fungi. which are depending upon the host, which are depending upon the host. It needs the nutrition from the host, that which are penetrate into the host tissue. Hyphae which are penetrate into the host tissue. You see, this is the host tissue. The hyphae which are penetrated into the host tissue, that we call it as haustoria. By penetrating the haustoria into the host, it absorbs the nutrition. It absorbs the nutrition from the host. It absorbs the nutrition from the host. To absorb, to anchor, to absorb the nutrition from the host. There is a projections which penetrate into the host is called as haustoriums. There is a five types of the haustorium which we discussed yesterday. Sac-like or vesicle-like haustoriums are arbuscular, that means finger-like projection haustoriums, and the branched haustorium, more number of the finger-like projections, branched haustoriums, and intracellular. These are the cells, tissue, host tissue cells. If it is haustorias, if it enter into the host cells, that is intercellular. Okay, if it is in between the host tissues, that is intracellular. That means in between the cells, host cells. These are the host cells. In between the host cells, the mycelium hyphae, it penetrates, it occupies. Intracellular, intercellular, vesicular, arbuscular, and multi-branch. These are the five types of the haustoria. What is the function of the haustoria? That's in the question. Complete exam.
Absorb
nutrition. Haustorias are present in saprophytic fungi or symbiotic fungi or parasitic fungi or necrotrophic fungi.
saprophytic.
No, just now I told you now. Only in the parasitic fungi, haustorias are present. That you should remember. In the complete exam, in all the question, haustorias are present in parasitic fungi. Haustorias are present in parasitic fungi, not in saprophyte, not in symbiont, not in necrotrophic. Okay. Based upon the nutrition, four types of the fungi are there. Fungi are divided into four based upon nutrition. Saprophyte, parasite, symbiont, necrotroph. Okay, and where we have stopped. And the next is stroma. These are the black sprouts, black bubbles, black button-like structures which come out from the host tissues. You might have seen black swollen spots upon the bark or leaf. Have you seen ever? Upon the leaf or bark, black spots, black swollen spots, black out projections, black projections upon the stem or leaf. You might have seen, not have seen. That we called it as stroma. And snares, that means hyphae which is upon the any other host to absorb the nutrition and even to kill the host. You know, the necrotrophic fungi. Fungi which are grown on either insects or other plants, it kills the host that are necrotrophic. These are hypertrophs. Hyphae which trophs, that means which absorb, which gather the nutrition from the host, and also it kills the host. In that, the hyphae which are using as a traps, to trap, to observe, to gather Okay, these are the various type of the hypal modification. Okay, fungal hyphae modifications. What are those? Prosenchyma, if it is loosely arranged. If it is tightly arranged, that is pseudoparenchyma. If it is root-like, that is rhizoma. If it is tightly coiled, bundle-like structure, that is sclerosia. If it is mycelium upon the host, it suppresses the host tissue, that is aprosoria. If the mycelia penetrate into the host, that is haustoria. Mycelia project out as black sprouts, that is stroma. Mycelia hyphae, which covers upon the host, which trap the nutrition from the host, that are snails. From this also question raised, you should remember these are the hypal modifications of the fungi. Okay, you can see the various type of